Shalom Aleichem, beautiful, heilige, wonderful tzaddikim. And Chazdei Hashem, I did not wake up kids last time, almost did, so I have to make sure I don't get too excited. I don't even know how they actually hear me. I'm downstairs and they hear me upstairs. It's like, I want to keep them in bed till at least like 6:30. Doesn't usually happen, they'll be up in like an hour. So okay, Chevra, good to see all of you. So last time we spoke about this nakuda of journaling. In the bigger picture, the zooming out of that is the recognition that when we're speaking about the world of Pesach is a world of transformation. It is a truth that we have a historical celebration of Pesach, but there is as well another axiomatic truth, and that is the internal transmutation, the internal transitioning that each and every one of us need to always work with. We spoke about the journaling, Sumirav Aseitov, and Chazdei Hashem Shkarech to you. Some of you did Sichas Chaverim as well as the journaling, and you're already experiencing it, and that's fantastic. That rewriting, that ability to rewrite our narrative, and through rewriting our narrative, letting go of whatever's going on, and then bringing in newness, itchadshus. It's good for us. Our biography is not our destiny as an individual. Our biography is not our destiny as a family. Our biography is not our destiny as a community. Our biography is not our destiny as a nation. We will include our hurt, our pain, our suffering, but we will hold it because we'll be more conscious. We'll be at a greater state of healing. We'll be able to hold that which we have gone through and use it to be more compassionate, more loving, more understanding, more capable in holding others. And when we are becoming aware and when we are upgrading our narrative, what we are doing is conscious reflection, regular introspection. This allows us to identify old patterns and limiting beliefs. When we could notice our habitual thoughts, our habitual behaviors, we can create the opportunity and gift ourselves to change them, to become something more. Instead of being the victim of our story, we could become the hero of our story. This intentional rewriting, just as Pesach invites us to rewrite our history from a state of subjugation, from one of slavery to liberation and freedom, we have the power to transform our inner dialogue, to upgrade our inner dialogue, our inner experience, which is going to manifest on the outside in our behaviors. By consciously choosing our actions, by deliberately thinking, it empowers us, and we can reconstruct again our narratives that support our growth and authentic expression. And with that, what happens? There's a mindset evolution. There's a mind shift evolution. The upgrading of our thinking is an ongoing process and journey. Learning and unlearning. And this nakuda of the ebb and flow of healing. It's learning to embrace what's going on and choosing consciously how I'm going to react to that which is going on. And remaining open, yet not open that all my brains fall out, but open enough that I can hold what's going on. And I could experience an evolution. I could move from Kaitza Ruach to Dara Dea, and then I can receive the Torah. And this process is ever so important. Through this ongoing process of awareness, the narrative transformation, we align ourselves with our higher values, the Torah, and we can draw down that energy into our das, and from our das into our nefesh, and we can express ourselves in a wholesome, holy way. And this is where Pesach wants to get us, the celebration of breaking free from our old world and having the ability to live with greater purpose, greater joy, greater presence, to be open to all possibilities. And the Haggadah, this is the Avodah of the Haggadah. When we engage in reading the Haggadah, we can notice, as we said, a majority of the text is about people speaking about Mitzrayim experience and not the experience itself. We would draw from the Pesukim that directly speak about it, but that just doesn't happen. We speak about the interpretation of it from the person seeing it, witnessing it. But isn't that the truth? That everybody's relating to their interpretation of the experience in the present moment? But this is how we function as human beings. We're always relating to our narrative. We're always relating to our thinking, feelings, and physical sensations in the present moment. Our freedom is to choose to become the hero of our story, the Balei Das, the Moshe Rabbeinu of our story, shifting from the world of victimhood to the world of the hero. And really, Am Yisrael's story is the hero's story. I would like to do two things. I want to read something out. And I may put myself back to sleep. It's like 3 something. I don't even know, 4 o'clock. I don't even know. I may put myself back asleep. I apologize. But I'd like to read something. I've got a text here, and it's on the Habata. And we spoke about journaling. I'd like to speak about Habata. And I'm always relating to my experience in the present moment. Not a long text. And there's 2 parts to it, and we'll see where we go. So, awakening our 3 modes of experience from a conscious perspective, having the ability to observe the 3 modes of experience and then upgrade them. So again, we spoke about the journaling, the Sumei Rav Asei Tov, just taking that information out of our being and putting it down on paper, and then having the ability to bring in, through journaling, the new, what I want. Our biography is not our destiny. So Habata, as we know, it's just it's a meditative practice, and it could be really powerful. But I liked what I wrote here, so it's not properly edited, so I apologize. And if there's spelling mistakes, you'll have to correct them. Okay, throughout the sacred texts of our tradition, our sages and prophets have emphasized the importance of self-awareness. The path towards clarity begins with the ability to observe one's internal and external worlds. Our internal worlds to explore, to observe and understand our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations. The Torah, Nevi'im, Ksuvim guide us towards this inner awareness, while the teachings of Chazal refine and clarify the process. There is a mindfulness in the world of Torah. In this sense, it allows us to connect to the wholesome self. And as we read in Tehillim 46:11, be still and I know that I am Elokim. In quietude, I don't even know if that's a word, but in quietude, in the stillness of presence, the deepest awareness arises. This quiet and stillness is still available in animation and movement. The Medrash in Bereshis Rabbah, Lamed Daled Yud, tells us, the righteous are in relationship with their hearts, while the wicked are controlled by their hearts. This relates to what's written in the beginning of Tanya, this experience of becoming a Balas Das. This Nakuda that we're just sharing here is Das in a healthy way being in the Nefesh, or Das in a healthy way observing, or Khalil V'chas, if something not good is going on, it can imprison a person. So we want to be in a healthy state, a wholesome state. Okay, going back to the text. This insight suggests that true awareness involves an active engagement with our thoughts I'm changing this. This insight suggests that true awareness at first involves observation and then a healthy active and engagement with the thoughts and our emotions. Rather than allowing us to dictate our actions, we have the ability to build a relationship and guide and use these tools. Chazal teach us that one who attunes their heart to understanding reaches high levels of wisdom. This is found in Mishlei 2:2. The Zohar in the first Chelek, Tzadi Tet, Amud Beis, tells us, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai explained that the soul experiences 3 primary states, Machshava, Hirhurim, and Regesh. The balance of these 3 elements determine a person's ability to ascend spiritually. The Ari HaKodesh and Shar Kavanos elaborates that the refinement of these faculties lead to rectification, tikkun, and beautification of the soul, and through the avoid of elevating our consciousness. Okay, observing the present moment. The Rambam in Hilchos Deos 2:1 emphasizes self-awareness allows one to refine their character traits, their midos. The Baal Shem Tov further explains that in Savas Rivash, that by simply observing one's thoughts and emotions without, don't know what I wrote here, maybe just non-judgmentally observing, a person can transform the inner state and draw closer to the divine. And these words are echoed in Kohelet 7:14. On the day of good, be in good, and on the day of adversary, observe. So when it's good, be in that good, but when it's not good, observe. Awareness itself serves as the first step of the path of elevation. Okay, observing our physical senses, number one. One begins by asking, what am I physically experiencing right now? The Shulchan Aruch in Orach Chaim 2:1 advises us to awaken with a mindfulness of recognizing the sanctity of the body as a vessel for the soul. Moida ani lefanecha, even though it's not there in the Shulchan Aruch. We have the washing of the hands. We're realizing that I've got a soul, and we're realizing that I can wash my hands because I'm kadosh. The Bavli in Brachos Nun Zayin Amid Beis teaches that the physical awareness enhances gratitude, as seen in the blessing that we recite upon awakening. We've got many beautiful brachas in the morning that really give us the ability to appreciate what we have, and it's down to the appreciation. You have to realize that we have it. That's awareness, that's das. By engaging in a body scan, one can attune to the subtleties of the present moment, acknowledging the warmth, the coolness, the pressure, the breath without judgment. The Medrash Tanchum in Tazria 5 likens the body to a harp whose strings resonate with divine will. Tuning into the vibrations deepens one's spiritual awareness. Okay, nice. Observing emotions. The next one can ask, what emotions am I experiencing? Chazal teach that the feelings arise as messengers of the soul. So the nefesh, the nefesh is always communicating to us. The hirhurim regesh and rigshe gufani are always communications. It's the nature. It's brought in the Ramchal. So the Yerushalmi in Brachos 5:1 teaches, Reb Yeshua ben Levi stated that emotions, like a fire, can either illuminate or consume, depending on how we channel them. The Balatani in Likutei Amoraim, chapter 27, explains that by observing emotions without attachment, one transforms their inner world. When joy arises, one acknowledges it as a divine gift. When sadness appears, and embraces it as an opportunity for introspection. The words of the Rambam in Gerzi Rambam instructs, when you feel anger arising, be silent like water. When joy comes up, flow like a river. Okay, number 3, observing thoughts. Finally, one can ask, what am I thinking right now in the present moment? The Gemara in Chagiga 5b teaches that when a person is led in the direction of their thoughts, what? A person is led in the direction of their thoughts, fine. The Sfas Emes explains that just as we cannot control a fly above us, we cannot necessarily choose which may build a nest what could build a nest in our mind. That's right. Basically, we can't control the flies, the birds. So too, on a certain respect, we can't control our thoughts. We can be with them. So Maimar Chazal as well in Bav Metzia. The Zohar in the third Chelek, Kuf Ayin Tet Amud Aleph, speaks of thoughts as the root of all reality. So there's 2 layers of thoughts. There's machshava and there's hirhurim. Practiced machshava, if a person thinks about something time and time again, it becomes a hirhur. And this really needs to be opened up a little bit more, but the fact is that it gives insight into where I'm holding. There's a hirhur chet and a hirhur mitzvah, hirhur of goodness. By becoming more aware of one's thinking patterns, one gains mastery over their destiny. The Rambam Moreh Nevuchim 3:51 emphasizes the meditation upon thought. Becoming aware of our thought allows us to draw closer to Hashem, for thought alone connects the soul to its source. So the nakuda is typically we say this, that hirurim, we're always relating to our thoughts in the present moment. So what came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know. Why? Why do I say that? Because does thought then birth our emotions? Well, I think Yecheskel spoke about this. Does thought birth our emotions, and then our emotions, our physical sensations? We don't know anymore. The nakuda is that our nefesh is producing these experiences rapidly. So there's something very important to understand here, to realize that what we are saying is, I can be aware of my thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations. We brought a few Maimar Chazal to show this, and this is, again, we're speaking about Habata here. Okay, integrating awareness into our daily life. Rabbi Nachman tells us in Likutei Maharan, Part 1, Samach Bet, that he teaches that the true awareness arises from one being mindful in daily activities. And we know this in Mishlei, Bechol Darchei Chudeu. One need not retreat to a secluded place. Rather, in the streets, in the marketplace, in the moment of conversation, one can simply ask, what am I physically sensing right now? What emotions am I experiencing right now? What thoughts am I thinking right now? We are relating to our thoughts in the present moment, always. We are relating to our feelings in the present moment, always. We are relating to our physical sensations in the present moment, always. We can become aware of them and non-judgmentally observe them. Useful ones we can go with, the less useful ones we can let go of. The Rashba in his responsa, Tshuvas HaRashba 5.1, explains that by setting time for self-observation, a person can cultivate a healthy discipline and inner peace. The Chafetz Chaim in Shmiras HaLashon suggests is setting time, reminding ourselves throughout the day, generally to prompt awareness. A simple alarm or a pause before a blessing can serve as an anchor to this present moment. So we have Cheshbon HaNefesh. Cheshbon HaNefesh is something really, really, really important. The practice of inner harmony. Reb Simcha Bonim Pshischa would say, the secret of life lies in knowing when to observe and when to act. Awareness serves as a foundation of action, and action refines awareness. Why? Because you have this back and forth, this Ratz of Ashov. In this exercise, the observer does not judge, but simply observes and listens, aligning themselves with the deeper current of the nefesh. We want to be in relationship with our nefesh. As the prophet Yeshayahu tells us in 30 verse 15, in returning and rest you shall be saved. In quietness and trust you shall find strength. May we merit to cultivate this awareness, elevating each moment with mindfulness and presence, and thereby drawing closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, who fills all worlds and transcends them. As we read in Tehillim in the 16th, Tehillim 8, Shavisi Hashem Lenegdi Tamid. In this awareness we can find true connection and purpose. So the nakuda of the Habata, and we've done this a few times already, but the nakuda of the Habata is important. Find a quiet space where you can sit comfortably. And you can place your attention on your breath, just noticing your inhale and your exhale, and this is just to settle you. And then you could begin by observing your physical sensations. You can ask yourself, what am I feeling in my body right now? And non-judgmentally observing, you could notice warmth and coolness, tension or relaxation. And you can repeat the question. The question, when you are repeating it, when you are saying it, this is Bechina of Seichel. And then you go into a state of Das. Das is this nakuda of awareness. And you could be aware of what you are experiencing. And repeat this a couple of times. You can repeat the question and go quiet and observe for half a minute. Repeat the question again. And then wait half a minute. Then you can shift into the feelings. Shift into your emotions. Without judgment, simply ask, what am I feeling right now? And again, ask the question, Seichel, observe Das, your emotions. And if there is not anything, there is not anything. If it's quiet, it's quiet. After a couple of minutes of doing this, you can observe your thoughts. And the same protocol, you can allow them to arise and pass without engaging in them. Maybe there's nothing. Maybe it's just quiet. And then if a thought relating to anything, to money, to not taking out the rubbish, feeling a fleeting thought of worry, material concerns, you can acknowledge it and let it go. Let it pass. Okay, I see it. Let it pass. Then return to the question, what am I thinking? And then after a few minutes of doing this, you can return to the present moment and you can place your attention on your breath. And you can even add in a phrase, I am here. I am here now. And you can continue this practice for a few, 5-6 minutes. And if you practice daily, it will help you tremendously get into that state of das, recognizing that you can observe your nefesh. You can repeat this even a few times a day, and with regular practice, this exercise will cultivate a deeper sense of awareness, allowing you to navigate life with a deeper clarity. You will potentially feel a deeper peace. It's really quite profound. Really quite profound, this beautiful exercise, simple, beautiful exercise. I want to read as well a couple of, this is from something else. It relates to this. So, in the rewriting of our narrative, number one, understand your inner dialogue. It is important to emphasize the importance of becoming aware of the constant inner dialogue that runs through our minds. By observing these thoughts without getting caught up into them, we can begin to understand how they are shaping our perception and emotions, and ultimately gain more control, be more in a healthy relationship with them. And this is going to create a big change in our life. Number two, release past experiences. There's a need not to hold on to past experiences and emotions, and these can create blockages in our energy and hinder our personal growth. By letting go of these attachments, we can free ourselves from the burden of past and open up to new possibilities and experiences. The reality of just allowing the past to be, giving it the respect it needs, and allowing it to be. It's true to say that school can sometimes be a place of learning. School can be learnings as well for the future. Okay, live in the present moment. We can highlight the importance of living fully in the present moment by focusing on the here and now. We can feel the ground under our feet, come into the senses, we can smell, we can listen to the loudest and quietest sounds, and we can look around. So, by focusing on the here and now rather than worrying about the past or the future, we can experience life more fully and find a deep sense of peace and contentment and joy. Next, embrace inner freedom. The concept of inner freedom is central to life. We can expand that true freedom comes from within by detaching in an unhealthy way from external circumstances, and by learning to remain centered and balanced regardless of what's going on around us. This is a bechina of Shavisi Hashem lenegdi tamid. This nakuda of Shavisi Hashem lenegdi tamid is incredibly important. When we really deeply understand Shavisi Hashem lenegdi tamid, nothing should stir us. By the way, this nakuda of Shavisi was one of the first questions that Arizal asked Reb Chaim Vital, and Reb Chaim Vital asked the Chaverim, are you in a state of Shavisi Hashem lenegdi tamid? When someone says something good to you, says something good about you, or when something says something negative about you, does it stir you? And then I've got another note here, surrender and trust the flow of life. We should be encouraged to surrender to the natural flow of life, trusting that everything happens for a reason, and that we are part of the greater interconnected whole. By relinquishing the need to control every aspect of our lives, we can experience a profound sense of peace, alignment, and well-being, and connect deeply to the universe and the blessings of the universe. Okay, so Baruch Hashem, I think that's good for today. And just to bring it back, this Nakuda of healing, bring it back that when we engage in the Haggadah, when we're engaging in clearing chametz, all of the halachas that we speak about are guiding us to come to a state of das, and the rewriting of our narrative. And the rewriting of our narrative is shared to us through the wisdom of the Haggadah. And what we want to understand is that, in summary, Pesach's not just a remembrance of a historical exodus. It's a call, it's an invitation to personal liberation. It teaches us that real freedom is an inner state of transcendence. It's an inner state of transformation. And we transcend the physical boundaries and the psychological of boundaries. And the crucial aspect here is to become Balei Das. Awareness, Das, is crucial for cultivating this freedom as a bridge that really opens up the gap between knowledge and experience, shifting from the Kotzer Ruach to the Daradea, to having the ability to really, really connect to something far bigger than ourselves, the Beira Olam. And we could bring down that healing light into us, through our neshama into our das, the ruach, and it could permeate every aspect of our life. And our personal narrative in the Haggadah can always be upgraded. We constantly can evolve. We have the ability to enable change because the nefesh is malleable. Our biography is not our destiny. And our thinking and feelings and physical sensations lead us. Do we choose to guide that? As the Holy Gra writes in Mishlei, first Perek, second Posuk, that the Seichel should be manhig the nefesh. And through this healing and through this reintegration and through this recalibration, this synthesis, we can really reach unbelievable heights. Unbelievable heights. So I think that's good for now. We'll meet Be'ezras Hashem once again next week, or we'll carry on meeting next week. And what I'd like you to do now, beautiful Chevra, is to spend some time, as I go now and get ready, Mikveh and Shacharis, Baruch Hashem, hopefully with strength and dignity, with hope, with gratitude, hope and resilience. Be'ezras Hashem, Hod Netzach on your side. And to leave you to talk to each other, to do your check-in, and to maybe look through your notes and just discuss everything that we have discussed so far. And I'd like you to talk about, in your own Daladamos, how does this connect to you and Pesach? Like, where are you within this? Where are you? What's your voice here? And it's so important. I can talk, and I've got a big mouth, but where's your voice here? Your voice needs to be heard. You need to be seen and heard. So talk to each other and work with each other. Beseda, beautiful Heilige Chevra. We'll carry on and we'll pick up next time. L'chaim tovim u'l'shalom.